Hello and welcome to the Fans Boxing Podcast, the podcast that asks the questions you want to hear. Hello, I'd like to welcome back onto the show to catch up with everything boxing from the local area. It's the governor, it's Graham Everett. How are you today, Graham?
Yeah, all good, thank you. Yeah, busy day, everything's been good.
Alright, brilliant. First of all, I'd like to say, obviously, recapping from March the 4th, I'd like to say well done on the selling out to start with.
It was a good show, well supported. The activity was good. Everything, it was difficult. I wouldn't say we didn't have problems, but, everybody's having problems with shows nowadays. But, it all come together in the end, and credit to Mervyn Turner as well for, keeping sane.
Yes, of course, that's the main thing, isn't it? Yeah, just start off recapping the show. Obviously, like I say, it was a brilliant show, and start off with the debuts if we can. And, I'll start off with Ryan Frost versus Allan Wath.
Yeah, right. To be honest, it was a good. It was probably a lot learned out of that fight for Ryan. He turned up in great shape. He's got a little bit of a decent amateur pedigree from the Colchester club. I like him. Slick, safe, poor, nice boxer. I mean, he got caught and dropped. He recovered and boxed his way to a good points win. Allan Wath had a go that night. He is that way inclined. If he sniffs a bit of blood, he's on you, sort of thing. But he's a very tough journeyman who can punch a little bit. So it was quite fairly tough start for Ryan, but he came through it with full credit. And well done, Russ, for getting him in condition, and obviously all the other work he does with him. Yeah,
like you say, obviously getting clipped earlier on and putting on touching down. A lot of fighters would panic and trying to level the odds, shall we say, and he done well to keep his head, didn't he?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, he got caught at the end of the round, so really that gave us a good minute to settle him down, clear his head. I don't think he was hurt badly in any way, but he just got dropped, and then that settled him down, and he got back to. The thing is, he was winning that round comfortably anyway, but just got caught. But it's something you tell all the boys in the gym, amateur, pro, whatever. Concentrate all times. The round's not over till the bell's gone.
Yeah, and it got a little cut on the night, but nothing too major, was it?
No, he got a little cut under his eye, as Allan Wath did as well.
Yeah, moving on to Allan. Obviously, he had a great support on the night, didn't he? And is it sure he's only been in the ring for 2 years? Because he is a force for that, isn't he?
I was well impressed with him when he came over, but I can see what he's all about. He works very, very hard. He's got something about him. I think he's one of them type of people. If he goes into something, he wants to be really good at it. And he wants to be the best he can be. He probably feels he started a bit late in the boxing game, but saying that, it's happened to other people before. I mean, like I say, as long as he can be the best he can be and give it everything he's got, it's just hope that works for him. But I'm sure it will. I like him, and as the rounds went on, he got better and better. A very, very good hard worker in the gym, and a great lad to work with.
Yeah, because we had Nathan Dowd on the show, and he mentioned obviously Danny Dutchev. He's a really tricky, negative kind of fighter, isn't he? And Allan done well to draw the fight out of him. Yeah,
I think the thing was, I think what he done, he cut Allan, which a cut over top of his eye, which after the fight required 4 stitches. But yet again, the sniff of blood, and all of a sudden Danny Dutchev come out of his shell, and he did have a go, but I thought Allan didn't worry too much about the cut. And boxed well, and by the 4th round he was well on top. If it had gone much longer, he would have stopped Dutchev. But it's all about getting rounds at this stage in the career, and learning what they're doing.
Of course, and they were both cool, calm, and collective, and really impressed.
Yes.
Moving on to Zeen Morris. It was his 6th contest on the night, and he was up to 6 rounds also, wasn't he?
Yeah, I mean, it was a 6-2 as it happened, but the thing is, he was given a bit of weight away. He normally boxes down at super featherweight. He boxed a He boxed actually a lightweight, so he came in on the day a little bit heavier than he normally would, which I thought wasn't a bad thing for him because, to be honest, he looked very strong, very fast, very capable. All we can say about Zathan, he keeps working, he keeps improving. He's back in the gym. He was sparring at the weekend. He's sparring again this weekend. He's a sponge. He's soaking everything up and just trying to be the very best he can be. He's a great lad to have around the gym. He's full of energy. He's full of energy with his ticket sales, and he's a promoter's dream. And that's one thing that I really do want to do is make him as good as he possibly can be. And reach a goal, win a title. I think that would be absolutely fantastic for him and all his fans.
Yeah, I see a lot of Team Z t-shirts in the crowd. That was great to see. And
yeah, he's got good support, hasn't he?
Yeah, I'm really impressed how elusive he can be at times, and he can be a force going forward.
Yeah, when he sticks to what he can do best, and there's look for speed, look for movement, just be very, very clever and slick. He's now started to nurture that style. Agree with the style. You try and get somebody to box away, but they've got to be happy with what they're doing, and you eventually, when you train people, that they settle down with the style what they're comfortable with as well. So they're not forcing things. And I think he's now relaxed into that role of a really sharp, speedy boxer with good feet.
Yeah, very good feet. And then moving on to another Colchester lad, we had Joe Hearn, the heavy-handed Joe Hearn, and that was a bit of a crazy fight there, Graham.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen some funny things over the years, I know, but to be honest with you, I mean that the kiddie boxer's come off a one round knockout win in December at York, at York Hall. If he thought he was going to do that to Joe, well, they haven't really done their homework very well, have they?
No.
Because there's no more tough and rugged than Joe. I know myself and Russ said to Joe before the fight, just be a little bit careful. He might come out a little bit strong, bit of confidence from a knockout win and stuff. And he, I think he put everything he had into the first 20, 30 seconds. It was a strange one. It was a strange one for Joe. But yet again, it just proves Joe's explosive power. He is what he is. He killed him with body shots, and he basically knocked him out face first. So. He'll have to do better than that to beat Joe, that's for sure. But listen, Joe's moving up the ladder. Joe's working hard. He's a great entertainment. We love, the people in Norwich are absolutely, they're starting to really, really appreciate him because they know he's going to come in there, box with his heart on his sleeve, and give it everything he's got. And if it's a 1-round job or an 8-round job, you'll get full entertainment off Joe. And yet again, he's another promoter's dream.
Yeah, of course. And I know the guy went throwing 2 heavy shots, but he done well to cover up, didn't he, early on, Joe? Yeah,
I've seen stranger stoppages, to be honest with you, if you're in the wrong country at the wrong time.
Yeah.
And they would say if you got pinned and you don't throw back, the referee is entitled to step in. I'm glad he didn't. Because to be honest, he had his hands up, he had his elbows in, he knew exactly what he was doing, banged his gloves together after his little flurry and got stuck into him and done what he does best.
You say, a few more fights for Joe, and we're looking at titles, won't we?
Yeah, I mean, he's had the 8-round challenge belt.
Yeah.
We'd like to move him into the southern area, or it's, to be honest, he's like all of them. Billy, him. That they're all now in a position to challenge for titles. Every fight they have, they get nearer and nearer to that, and when that's right and the opportunity comes, they're ready.
Yep, that's the main thing. So moving on to Billy Bird, a new look Billy Bird, shall I say? So after his defeat, he went away to work with John Faxton, and what a great person to work with when it comes to defeats and getting coming back from him. And he seems to be, like I say, a new fighter, didn't he, Billy? Yeah,
I think the main thing what he had to get in order for himself was the diet. It's what he eats. He's now got a good nutritionist on board who he's worked with before. When he won the Masters title, he worked with him before that. Come in looking, looked in tremendous shape. Probably only half a stone lighter he was the other night. He came in at 11.6, and he's been coming in at 11.11. But 4 or 5 pound on him makes so much difference. And he looked full of beans. He looked full of fire.
He did.
And he looked more like the Billy Bird we want to see. You know, I mean, myself and John have worked really hard with him and Mervyn promoting him. You know, and we want to see the best of Billy, because Billy can fight. There's no two ways about that. Billy can fight, but he's got to give himself every chance, you know, of being as good as he can be, and that's everything. And 10 out of 10. That's your road work, that's your strength work, you know, and your diet, which is, you know, is massive nowadays. You know, he's got a great supportive family behind him, and that he's got every opportunity to be the best. You know, to be the best, and he's got to realise that, and I think he is, and we're certainly looking at you know, we're looking at a show in Essex, and we're looking at Billy headline and show for a time. You know, we're working at it at the moment.
Yeah, because obviously, say Billy, looking at the southern area, and the middleweight champion at the minute is Nicky Gemben, isn't it? And he won the title on a Shamrock show, didn't he, against Nathan Graham? That'd be a great fight going forward, wouldn't
it? Yeah, it would be, but he's a light middleweight.
Is he? I thought he won at middle.
Yeah, no. He weighed in at 11.7 on the day. He won the Masters title at light middleweight, and to be fair to Billy, the day before weighing in is 11 stone. You know, that's what he is. It wouldn't be impossible for him to fight at middleweight, but Billy will be at his best at light middle.
All right, yes, fair enough. That's brilliant.
Yeah. No, that's where we're looking for. I mean, you see some middleweights; they're huge. Billy's a good sized light middleweight. He's not a big middleweight. So, ideally, the opportunities will come at light middle.
Yeah, that's great to hear. And so, if you look at Billy from when he's like unlicensed days to himself now, his body has changed completely, isn't it?
Yeah, he used to box at 13 stone on that. But, you know, there's just it's, you know, that's how it used to be. But that's the difference between boxing unlicensed and boxing professionally, isn't it? You know, we just we wouldn't have that.
Yeah,
you know, that's if you train every day, twice a day, 6 days a week, then you're not going to be 13 stone when you should only be 11, are you?
Yeah, brilliant. And moving on to the headline act, the big Sam Sexton statement night has been nicknamed it. He looked really fast, sharp, accurate. His footwork was brilliant on the night, and he made a statement, as I said.
The thing with Sam, he's now getting some regularity to his work. He's settled down into boxing the style that we all agree that he should box. He was a little bit too gung ho in his first fight back. Wasn't ready to go standing toe to toe. And to be honest, it's not really Sam. I mean, Sam's got a fantastic jab. There isn't anybody who hasn't shared the ring with Sam and haven't come out there and said, you know, be it sparring, be it boxing, or what, you know, for a contest or whatever, that jab is, you know, immense. So he's got to do that. He's got to work that jab. He's got to be a combination puncher. He's got to be fast. He's got to be elusive, and he's got to be clever. And when he puts all that together, he's a quality heavyweight. You know, I'm permanently getting calls for him to spar. You know, be it David Hay.
Yeah.
You know, whoever. I mean, there's always people contacting me because they know he's good work. He'll make you work. I got a call for him to help Chisora this week for Puliev. Unfortunately, he's got a swollen hand at the moment from the last fight, so he can't spar. I've also had an inquiry from him to help Charles Martin as well.
Oh, brilliant!
So you know, let's take your pick on who you're going to spar with. But getting back to Sam is for me, it's not so much about the sparring. It's about Sam Sexton now. This is his time now. You know, we want that British title. You know, if we get the winner out of Dave Allen and Towers, that would be great.
Yeah.
That would be a good fight. You know, I mean, Dave Allen, you have to. You know, a lot of people say, "Who's he?" Well, I'm going to show you he can fight. There's, you know, and we've sparred loads with Richard Towers in the past. A good man, big man, strong man. So any of them fights would be good. All the other British heavyweights at the moment are rebuilding. They all come off stoppage defeats or an operation, or in Hughie Fury's case, I believe he's gone else. You know, he's gone another route. So it would make sense to get that British title, but obviously also Anthony's got to give it up first, hasn't he? That's the thing.
That's what annoys the fans' perspective. That is like, I know that he could lose the fight in the world title fight, but you think you'd vacate it straight away, wouldn't you?
Well, listen, that's down to them. As far a lot of people think that, but fighters work hard to win titles.
Of course.
Nobody does them any favours. You think about it from the other side of the fence. I got Ryan Walsh. How long he had to wait for another opportunity.
Yeah.
They're quite hard to get titles. So why give them up?
Exactly.
He worked hard to get that. He had a good high profile fight with Dylan White. So you got to give him credit for that. And to be honest, I think he will give it up. I'm sure he will. If and when, I know he probably will beat Charles Martin when he wins the world title. I believe that he will then relinquish it, obviously, and then hopefully, we're thick in the mix because we're on a roll. We're looking good. So hopefully Sam's in that mix. If not, let's find another route for him. But every fight, he's getting sharper. He's getting better. His diet is great. His partner's helping him out. Tasha, she's really helping him out. He's got good people around him. Myself, John, Mervin's done a great job bringing him back. So maybe that's the right time for Sam now. He's still not past it, shot worn or old for a heavyweight by any form, is he? So
No.
as fingers crossed, we'll get an opportunity soon.
Like you say, but going on to obviously Lucas Brown fought the other night, and watching him, I think Sam could give him a good fight when Sam's on that level.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Tyson Fury is the man out there at the moment. He's quality. What he done out there was unbelievable. You look at Lucas Brown and you think, you could beat him, but you got to give him his props for going out there and winning that fight. But they aren't outstanding, are they? There's nobody out there. They don't look unbeatable. I think Tyson Fury takes some beating. Because tactically he gets it right. And I think if now he's boxing to what he can do and how he am I right to say should be boxing. He's using his reach. He's using his speed. He's going to be a very, very difficult man to beat from anybody. But you look at Wilder, he's beatable. Povetkin, he's beatable. Brown, he's beatable. It's fairly open. With the other side of things, isn't it? You see.
Yeah, it's
all interesting. We just got to keep Sam winning, keeping him pushing up them rankings. If he gets a British title, and maybe we get a look for the European, or just we just need to get that ranking. It was ranked previously. He went up to number 9 in the WBO at one time. It'd be nice to get back up there again.
Yeah, so by the scenes of it, it's all about getting one of them WBO intercontinental belts, isn't it?
Yeah,
they seem to chuck you up the rankings, don't they?
Yeah. I mean, it's like I say, he just needs a good. He needs a good name win, and every time he fights, he gets nearer that. He's happy in himself. He's boxing well, so we'll just sit down with Mervyn and see where we can go. But obviously we're angling for the British title at the moment, and let's hope we get that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to them days. He deserves it.
Yes.
Moving on to the other lads in the gym, and obviously got the returning Nathan Dale. How's he looking lately? Is he still on track for the next show?
Yeah, Nathan will definitely be back on the next Norwich show, possibly before. He's flying now. He's sparring 2 or 3 times a week at the minute. Every day he's not too intense, not too heavy, but he is throwing his right hand. He's very, very fit. He's worked hard at his fitness. So it's just a matter of him getting brain scanned, re-medicaled, and we'll be ready to go. But he will definitely be on the next Norwich show, unless he gets flu.
Of course.
I'm sure he won't.
Yes, I say he's returning.
He's had enough bad luck. He has. Bless
exactly. So there's many of your boys in the gym, aren't they? But makes you a stronger character, doesn't it?
Just how it goes, That's what can we do?
Yeah, but he'll be returning into a packed light welterweight division, won't he? Some big fights happening. You got Nurse versus Lennon, Catterwall versus Hughes. There's some brilliant fights out there for him, isn't there?
Yeah, that'd be nice to have some fresh blood in there,
Yeah, of course.
Coyle, Dale, them sort of fighters, unbeaten fighters coming through us. No, you need, you don't just want that to be a merry-go-round, do you? Just get some fresh faces in there. That's what people want to see.
Exactly, the slickster.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, and moving on to Liam Walsh, and a bit of breaking news recently that he came out of a Box Nation interview that he'd like to fight Terry Flanagan going forward.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the thing with Liam Walsh, the hand is good. He's punching well with it. He's been doing some sparring. He's helped Craig Poxon. He's sparring with his brother at the weekend. It's it's forward for him. He could do with a fight just to get a run out, get going again. But it's quite obvious to everybody who knows anything about boxing. Liam Walsh is ready for that big fight, and wherever that opportunity comes, at super featherweight or at lightweight, he's ready. I mean, listen, he's happy to defend his British title. He's happy to fight. He's happy to fight for a world title. He's ready. He's ready for a big fight, and he needs and wants that big fight. Frank's people come on to him at the weekend and asked about the Flanagan situation, and of course, he likes Flanagan, he rates Flanagan, and he wants to beat the best, and he feels Flanagan's the best out there. So, he wants to be the underdog. He wants to go to his patch, and he wants to fight him. I'd prefer it at Carrow Road, but maybe we'll have to win the title before that. But now, listen, absolutely no doubt about it. Liam Walsh is world class, and he's ready to become a world champion.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's a pity like the super featherweight division is a bit locked down at the minute, isn't it, with title shots and stuff?
Yeah, but if strange things happen and all of a sudden somebody moves on, somebody relinquishes a title, he's number 3, number 4 in the world, so he's there poised, ready, waiting. He just probably needs a run out, and he's ready. He's ready. Say like he boxed in April, and then he'd be ready in July. So for a big fight, just needs that 12, 14 weeks to get ready for it properly. And listen, he's gnashing at the bit. He's desperate for a big fight.
Yeah, he deserves it again. And moving on to the fights we've got coming up, we've obviously got Craig Poxon up next, haven't we, in Sheffield? And that should have been done by now, but a change of dates and...
Yeah, no, listen, to be honest with you, that's good. He's gone on to a big show, a high profile. Craig will now get the attention he deserves. I've watched him over the last few weeks when he's been sparring. He's had some cracking sparring down the gym with Liam Walsh, George Jupp. He's had Scotty Moyes helping him, Nathan Dale helping him. Leon Woodstock, he's done some serious rounds. Matt Smith's got him in tremendous condition. He's been coming over here and sparring at the weekend, and like I say, the names I've just gone through, they're all class acts. And I've watched him each week get a little bit sharper, a little bit better. I rate Andy Townend very highly. This is an absolutely cracking fight between two good, honest pros. And may the best man win, and let's hope that's Craig.
Exactly. There's no bad blood in these fights, and that's good to
see
as well, isn't it?
Andy's a lovely lad, and his manager Steffi Bull, he's a good man, good proper boxer man. We've actually we've been in Tenerife together with sparring with Ryan, and we had a good laugh, and we actually basically sorted the deal out over there. We moved on to a Matchroom show, which was better for everybody. There's a little bit more money involved, plenty more exposure, and a little bit more time to get ready. So it made sense.
Yeah, of course. And my hotel and tickets are booked, and I'm really looking forward to that night. Yeah,
it's a good show. Like I say, it's nice for a kid who was going nowhere when he came to us with 1 win, 2 defeats on his record, and now he's now having his second title fight. It just proves that with a good trainer, management team, and promoter behind you, you can get places. And to be fair, he's worked very hard. He holds a full-time job as well. So it's good for people, good for people, the lower stuff people, to see this happen, and it can happen to anyone. Hard work and dedication will get you where you deserve to be. Hopefully,
yeah. So there's a massive buzz around lower stuff about this fight, and a lot of people are going down.
Yeah, yeah, he's done really well with his tickets. I'll say that. I know he just ordered some more this week, and it's great. But this is all stems from these Shamrock promotion shows we've been doing, getting him a few wins, getting him a bit of confidence, pushing his career onwards. That's what we're doing with all these boys. That's what all this home boxing is all about. Moving them on, getting them to championship fighters, and hopefully getting them on the big stage. That's what this setup is all about.
Yeah, you've done well with this conveyor belt of fighters, and it's really great to see.
Yeah, it's been, it's good to be involved. It's great.
Yeah, and moving on to obviously got Ryan Walsh. Last time we spoke, he was leading up to his fight with Ryan Doyle. That got changed to Darren Trainer at York Hall. That was a great night. I was there, and how was your thoughts on that night, Graham?
Yeah, I was really pleased with him. He works very, very hard. Listen, Ryan's been around me since he turned pro, and he's a great lad. He basically keeps himself to himself, but he works hard. His work ethics are brilliant. As long as he's working with his twin brother, he's happy, and that's basically it. This is as the pair of them are. They're a unit. They strength grows off the pair of them being together. They just love being around each other. They could be with each other all day, talk every day. As long as they're together, you'll get the best out of the pair of them. And I've realised that as we've gone through, and that's why they're in the corners. That's why everything rolls like it does. But Big Michael overseeing everything, Big Brother. It's a great setup. It's working as well, isn't it? You've got two British champions, so that's working. But getting back to the trainer fight, you saw a little bit more spite in him this time.
Yeah, indeed.
He's not supposed to be a puncher. Well, I've always said he is, and he certainly Darren Trainer wouldn't say he isn't, would he?
Yeah, of course.
And he give it a good, good fight. Darren Trainer, give him his due. He come in and he give it everything he had. He tried to put it on Ryan early doors, and it made for a good, exciting fight. And we don't expect anything less from Mr. Tennyson, who he's got everybody's attention. Trust me on that one. And he's got everybody in the camp. He's got our full attention.
Yeah, the Belfast banger, as they call him. He's got high knockout ratio, hasn't he? And what I've seen of him, he looks like he can throw the punches from the right angles, can't he? He's not just a out there banger. He has got the skills to go with it, hasn't he?
Yes, I mean he's a high class amateur. Won a really high percentage of fights. He's got a good team around him with Mark Dunlop, and he's now signed with Frank Warren. So everybody's expecting good things of him. But Ryan Walsh has worked very, very hard to get that title. He's now at his best. He's now hitting his prime, and that stubborn young man is going to be a very hard man to beat. Defensively, he's something else. But yeah, listen, it's a great fight. It's what you want to be involved in. You want to be, you want people who are gonna, as I say it, get your attention. And he's being taken very seriously.
And obviously that's on a massive card on the copper box, and you've got Billy Joe Saunders defending his WBO title, and that's all great exposure for Ryan, isn't it? Yeah,
that's what it's all about. He's a championship fighter and should be fighting on good bills, and he is. It's not an over the top statement. Ryan Walsh is world class. He's only lost to Lee Selby, who's a genuine world champion, and it was a close run thing. Make no mistake about that. There wasn't a whooping, as they used to say. It was he got beat on points. He got edged on experience, and we've all seen what Lee Selby's done since that fight, and previous to that fight. So let's be fair. Ryan's up there with the best.
Yeah, and he deserves his run of good fights, doesn't he?
Yes, definitely. I mean, he's benefiting from regularity to his work as well. So no time to drift off and anything. It's just camp, and that's how he wants it.
So going into that trainer fight, he looked massive at the weight, didn't he, Ryan?
Yeah, he is a big lad, isn't he? He's got calves and legs like bodybuilders would be proud of that. But it's not great for him when he has to take his weight down, is it? But
no.
He is a very, very. It's years of good living, he lives well. You know, he's educated himself with diet and everything. Everything about him is 100%. So, you know, he's a big, powerful unit now. You know, that's the thing. They drop down to 9 stone and come in considerably heavier the next day.
Yeah, of course. So, any news on tickets yet, Graham, on that, do?
Yeah, very shortly tickets will be out. So, you know, contact whoever, myself, Michael, you know, whoever. But tickets will be going fast. There's a good orders from the Farmy Army. So,
of course, yeah.
You know, go and watch Norwich Arsenal on the Saturday afternoon, and then come over to the Copper Box there. So that'll be the best. Be a good weekend.
Dream. That's a dream weekend, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Obviously, going forward with this next Shamrock show, is there going to be any new faces on that?
Yeah. There's Marcus Poston from Essex.
Okay, yeah.
From Harwich, he's now gone for his licence. Nathan Dale will be back. Yeah, so there'll probably be 1 or 2 more additions as well. You see, so we like to try and have somebody new every show. But Marcus Poston is a former good amateur who actually packed up boxing and became a coach. He's been in with lots of good fighters as an amateur. You know, the Stephen Smiths. I think he fought Khan. He had about 70, 80 amateur fights. He's always lived well, and he come and met me recently. He's going to train at Russ's gym. He had a meeting with me and John. He's going to train at Russ's gym, come up here for sparring as well, and he's part of the firm, and he's going to be he's going to be promoted by Mervyn and Shamrock Promotions. So he's got to make up for lost time and see where we are. But age doesn't seem so important nowadays, does it?
No, as long as you're good enough, obviously.
Yeah, that's right.
You have the right team behind you.
Yeah, he's been a coach for the last 4 or 5 years, so hopefully he'll have good habits.
Yeah, and we're having news about Danny McIntosh. He's looking to return to the ring. You heard anything on that, Graham?
I haven't. No, I mean, last time I spoke to Danny, he said he was going for his brain scan, and I haven't seen him since. But as far as I know, I guess he's training. He always trains. He always looks after himself. Yeah. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Danny back. So and like I say, Nathan's definitely back.
What about Scott Moyles? Have you any news on him?
Scott Moyes is now coming back as well. He's in the gym regular. He's got the bit between his teeth again. He's done his bit to keep Aylsham Boxing Club going. Now he wants to resurrect his career. He's looking more like the Scott I knew 3-4 years ago. Lively, bouncy, bubbly, a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
Definitely up at welterweight at the moment, but wherever he settles his weight down, he won't hold his weight back anymore. Whatever he settles down as, be it lightweight, light welter, wherever it is, there's some good fights out there for Scott. You know, he's one of them we'd like to get some sort of title for as well. You know, he's been a great servant to boxing. He's a great servant to Norfolk boxing. Yeah,
and he's been in with some big names over the years, hasn't he?
Yeah, like he said. He actually said that was fighting him what give Flanagan the confidence to win a world title.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
he's great.
He's crazy and great. He is.
Great character.
All right, brilliant. Just moving on to some wild news. I don't know how much you're looking into it yourself, but the news that pros going back into Olympics. Do you see any truth in that, Graham?
Well, they're talking about it. I don't. I just. It's not to me. It's not an important agenda at the moment. It's just when you got lots going on around you, that sort of seems stuff what doesn't really get too much attention. But I don't really understand it, to be honest with you. I thought it was just always for the amateurs, and I think really that's how it should stay. Yeah,
I'm going down the route maybe a publicity stunt for the next Olympics or something like that.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah, I mean the Olympic boxing is good anyway, isn't it? And that's always been a springboard to become a good professional, isn't it? Like the likes of Anthony Ogogo and all them boys. Anyone who does well in the Olympics springboards them to a good professional career, hopefully.
Yeah, indeed, because like we say, it's a watered down market at the minute now, and there's a lot of boxing going on. It's good to see people come through the traditional routes, isn't it?
Yeah, listen, I went to a Norwich Lads Club dinner show in about 3 weeks ago, and I keep hearing little rumours like amateur boxing's on the way down, and there's so much more stuff gone into the white collar and the unlicensed scene, and that. I'll be honest with you, all credit to like Mr. Synchronesh and Mickey Wright and co. That was an absolutely cracking show. I think they had 14 fights, a lot of senior fights as well, and it was brilliant. It was really good to see, and also April the 2nd is a little plug for them. Norwich City have got their dinner show. It's actually in our gym, isn't it? The Kickstop, based at the Kickstop.
Yeah.
The club hasn't been running many years, but they've got some excellent coaches down there, and it's really good to see. You got them, the McAllister brothers are the stronghold of the gym. You got some good little fighters down there. Far too many to mention, but it's a new club. Was doing really well, and if people could come along and watch that dinner show, that'd be great.
Yeah. And so moving on
That's
to
your hotel, April the 2nd.
Yes, that's what I say. So we've got loads of dates coming up locally, haven't we? With boxing dudes and all that. It's really good for East Anglia.
Yeah, boxing's brilliant at the moment. It's good. And like I say, watching them, going to them amateur shows and that. There was clubs from Birmingham and everywhere. It was the way that boxing always was meant to happen, wasn't it? It was amateur boxing, and then moving into professional. To be fair, there's a lot more professional boxers than maybe there should be.
Yeah.
Some of them are just going pro purely on their ticket sales and stuff like that. But that's just the way things change. But that's other. It's also other people's problems. As long as we keep our house in order, whoever turns over, we keep fit and well, and and make sure they're trained well and understand what they're doing. Then that's good for us. But there is change, and like you say, there's so many different variations of boxing now. If you look on Facebook, you have to double check everything to see what whose show it is. But that's the way things have changed. All I can ever remember when we were younger, when somebody got hurt, there were the anti-boxing lobby came out, and everyone used to be terrified.
Yeah.
It was like, they're going to stop boxing, but where are they all gone now?
Yeah, exactly. So I see it as like, obviously you've got the traditional, your amateur to pro, and the white collars for the everyday man, innit? Give them a chance to get in the
I'll
ring
be
and
honest
have a night.
with you. I've been to one or two white collar shows, and some of them are decent. The amateur box, the ABA have made it difficult for some people to turn amateur, and they have driven them into white collar. That is a fact.
Yeah.
But there's not really any governing body, and there is even sort of cheaper, worse versions of white collar. I know Matt over at Lowestoft really tries to run a good tight ship with medicals and I think most of them have to spend quite a bit of time in the gym. He won't stick anybody in, so he tries to keep standards, and as long as everybody do that, everybody involved, it's not a problem. But it's the people who don't are going to cause the problem.
Exactly. Till someone get hurt, then the alarms will go, won't it?
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
I'm moving on from that. A lot of people are asking, obviously Anthony Joshua, if he does win his title, do you think there's a better chance for Sam getting a world title shot?
Listen, to be honest, Sam's got to clear up domestically. You need to win something domestically. You have to have a world ranking. He'd have to beat somebody up there to get any sort of shot like that, wouldn't he? But that's like I say, he's been in the top 10 before, and that's the goal again. Once you got up there, then you've got then you're in with a shout. And like I say, he was number 9 in the WBO before, and that's where we aim for again, top 10.
Yeah, brilliant. So one fight been announced lately is Amir Khan versus Saul Alvarez. How do you feel about obviously Amir Khan stepping up all that weight and the catch weight? How do you feel in that fight, Graham?
Well, it was unheard of years ago, but to be honest with you, it doesn't seem to be it doesn't seem to be such a problem nowadays. Is people are jumping and jumping around in weights and up and down. Well, it's normally up, not down anymore. But
yeah,
it's because of many factors. People do jump about in weights, and I think Hearn is a lot bigger than what people realise. And he openly says that he always kept his weight down. It was always a struggle to keep his weight down, and he's letting his body grow and he's letting himself grow. He's probably in the prime of his life now, but it doesn't seem to be a massive problem for people anymore.
Yeah. And how do you see that fight going? Think you can do it, Khan?
Well, I do honestly think that he'd lose, but because I like Canelo, I love him. I think he's a great fighter. But put it this way, Khan would have to be at his very, very sharpest and quickest he could possibly be. He's definitely one of them you're going to have to watch. He's a great fight, and all credit to him for stepping up and fighting him. You could never fault Khan's heart, and desire to entertain. He's but he'll have to be at his very, very best to win that one.
Yeah, like you say, full respect for taking the fight. It's not always about money, is it?
He's a great lad, Amir Khan. Anyway, I met him when he first turned pro. He's a real gentleman. I had a lot of time for him.
Obviously, Ryan and the Walshes were on his undercard, weren't they, to start with?
Yeah, well, we met his dad and sat and ate food with them, and they were lovely people, good people, and you've got to respect Khan for what he's done. He's brought a complete new group of people into boxing. He's been great. He's been great business as well for all the promoters he's worked with, including himself. But he's also done basically what he said he'd do.
Yeah, with a massive bank balance to go with it. I say, on a personal question here, Graham, I'm going for a little bit of trouble with my son. I mustn't
forget that bit.
Oh, yeah, sorry. So I was going for a little bit of trouble with my son at the minute. I'm trying to get him back into the boxing gym. And I see that your son is in the gym at the time being. What's the best way of going around it? Because we're arguing at the minute about trying to get him back in it. Should I force him or just let him go his own accord?
Mine comes on his own accord. He comes in, he trains. If he decides he wants to box, then he'll get 110% support. He does a little bit of training every night. He goes, he comes in the gym at weekends. So it's down to him. But I think they've got to want to do it. Anybody's got to want to do what they're going to do. If they're forced into it. How old is he anyway?
He's 11 years old, and he was in the ABA gyms about a year and a half ago. Done about four weeks, and they were saying he was doing really well. Got a little injury on his ankle, and I struggled to get him back since then. And then it's like a bugbear between us that I can't get him to go back, and he was doing so well. But I just don't want to feel like I haven't pushed him enough, if you know what I mean, and don't want to push him too much. It's a hard one, isn't it?
Well, try and have one of them grown-up conversations with him.
Yeah.
Just sit down and bribe him or anything. Maybe once he gets back in there, he'll be rolling again.
Yeah, of course. I thank you for that advice as well, Graham. And come to the end of the show, is there anyone else you'd like to thank or anything else you'd like to mention?
Right. No, I think that's it. I've gone around Norfolk, so I'm, good luck to Alex Neil and everybody at Norwich City Football Club. But it's listen, can't thank Mervyn enough as always. All my team, Darren, John. I can't, obviously John, my right hand man. He's, there's great people. Darren Bunn, everybody. All the best to Norwich City ABC at their show. And that's it for now.
All right, brilliant. Another question I came across a while back. A lot of boxers these days, or as Americans call it, like to talk smack. Do you ban your fighters from talking like that? Because all your fighters don't seem to be that way inclined, do they?
No, I can't. What does that mean exactly? Sorry, I'm going to be ignorant here, but what is it?
I was just going to say, do you ban your fighters from talking like smack, as they say? Do you keep them like on that level? A lot of your fighters aren't that way inclined, are they?
No, to be honest with you, most people, most people around us have got manners and respect, and that's that's just how most people in boxing are, aren't they? You know, they're respectful people. They haven't got much to prove to anybody, have they?
Yeah, no, but you get one character at the gym, but you don't seem to have it yours, do you?
Yeah, we have characters, but they're all characters in different ways.
Yeah,
but,
of course, yeah.
You know, it's all a respect thing anyway. I think they're, a great group of lads, and everybody gets on really well. So, that's all good.
Yeah, that's great to hear, and I appreciate giving up your time tonight, Graham, and we'll see you next out in Sheffield.
Yeah, no, that's brilliant. Yeah, last spar on Sunday.
Hopefully I'll try and get over for that as well, mate.
Yeah, he'll just finish off with a sharp 6 or 8 rounds, and that'll be him done and ready.
Yep, brilliant. All right, Graham, and enjoy the rest of your night, and I'll speak to you soon, mate.
Cheers, Adam. Thank you. All the best, mate.
Bye.
Cheers, mate.